Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw for Insider Travel Report. I'm here at Sea Trade Global in Miami, and it's one of the last days, but just had a press conference with this gentleman here. It's David Fredericks from Century Cruises, and if you don't know Century Cruises, you should. They really are the major river cruise operator in China. And if you have an interest with a client that wants to go to China, they're the one, and they're doing even more, and we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more on Insider Travel Report. David, first of all, great presentation earlier. I learned a lot about the company. I knew a little bit about it, but not as much. How long have you been with the company?
I've been with the company about 4 months now.
Oh, just 4 months. Very exciting.
Very exciting, fast moving, working 7 days a week, but having fun.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Century Cruises. How many river ships do you have in China right now?
Currently we have 6 and we have 2 more on order. They'll be delivered in the next 2 years.
And I think people have a misperception about the level of luxury that you have, but these are luxury riverboats, right?
They are 5-star luxury, hardware all the way, and service values. We've done that because we've in our past, before we went B2C, we had some very long-term relationships with some luxury brands in America and Europe as far as supplying their passengers to Chinese voyage.
Yeah, so and also your classic cruise, of course, is the Yangtze, correct?
Absolutely.
And then how long are these cruises, basically?
Well, there's 2 types of cruises before you get into cruise tours. You have a short cruise, which is 3 nights upriver, 4 nights downriver, and that gives you from the Three Gorges area, Three Gorges Dam, to Chongqing. And then you have what's longer, which we call our panoramic cruise, which starts off in the Three Gorges, and it goes all the way to Shanghai.
Wow. So, but then you, as you mentioned, you have cruise tours that will take you all over the country, right?
Absolutely. And the reason we have these cruise tours is when guests come from North America, Canada, South America, Europe, they want to see the big sites too, right? They want to see the UNESCO heritage sites. They want to see the things that they've read about in the history books. Everyone wants to do the bucket list. They want to walk on the Great Wall of China. They want to go to the Forbidden City. They want to see the terracotta warriors. They want to take that cruise down the Yellow River, that private cruise through the mountains of Guilin. So they want to do that. So what we have developed for a long time, we've been doing it, is cruise tours in China. And with our cruise tours, we handle everything. We are our DMCs. We own our own buses. We don't own the hotels, but we have very good relationships with 5-star and 6-star hotels. And this way, the clients have a way to see Beijing, see Guilin, see Xi'an, see Hong Kong, and see Shanghai.
Well, it's a great way to take in China all at once on the river, at least part of the way on the river.
Absolutely.
Now, one of the other big things is that you actually have river cruises in other parts of China, and also so you can go to different rivers in China, as well as I believe you said you also have extensions to go to Vietnam and other places.
Absolutely. Right? So right now, the great thing is the Chinese government has offered visa-free policies. There's 2 caveats to it. One, it's 240 hours, which is 10 days that you can travel into China without a visa. The second thing is the flights have to be done a certain way. So if you're going visa-free, you would have to fly into mainland China, and when you're flying out of mainland China, before you travel back to Europe, the United States, or Canada, you'd have to stop in a different gateway. So we've built 2 itineraries based on demand. The first 2 itineraries we've done is a Japanese itinerary where you do the 10 nights in China, which you do the river cruise, you do Beijing, you do Xi'an, you leave through Shanghai, and then you spend 3 nights in Japan, where you see Osaka, Tokyo, and amazing areas in Japan, which is one of the hottest destinations in the world. The second option we have is if you've been to Japan, we have Vietnam, which you're seeing Hanoi, Hanlong Bay, and some other amazing areas, and that'll be 3 nights as well, also on the way out.
That's amazing. So you can really see a good part of Asia while you're there. And then the other big announcement you made here, aside from you have a new ship coming out, right?
Absolutely. We have 2 new ships in China, but we're on contract right now to deliver 2 ships on the Nile.
Yeah, well, that was, I said, that was big. 2 ships on the Nile is pretty amazing.
Absolutely, it's really amazing, and we are going to have we're building ships in the Rhine and the Danube in Europe.
Well, that's what you said. You've been chartering ships there, and you have operating for Chinese guests, and now you're going to be opening that up eventually to North Americans, right?
Absolutely, a major part of our focus. We've used to move 40 to 60,000 passengers from North America into China, and we were the highest rated product on a lot of our partners that we were doing business with, cruise lines. And we know with having that type of brand equity and brand quality that the clients will follow us in from North America. They will follow us into Egypt, which is another bucket list destination, and into the rivers of Europe.
That's amazing. And then, of course, the caveat here is that we don't know, the accommodations that I've seen in your slides, the food, everything else is 5-star quality, a lot of space. These are, on China, these are larger river ships, right?
Absolutely. So in China, in Europe, you typically call it a vessel. It's too big to be a boat, too small to be a ship, so it's designated as a vessel. In the rivers of China and the rivers of the Nile, because the Yangtze and the Nile is 2 of the largest rivers in the world. The third is the Amazon. But because you don't have the barriers of having bridges and things like that.
Right. No locks.
No locks or anything like that. We're able to build a small cruise ship that we put 460 passengers on.
That's pretty amazing. And so with all the accompanying facilities, including family rooms, we saw a few of those. That was pretty amazing.
Absolutely. Everybody loves pandas, and we have a ladies version and we have a guys version for the pandas. The little people, they really enjoy it.
That's fantastic. Now, anything else you want to tell our travel advisors out there about Century Cruises today?
Absolutely. We're looking forward to working with our travel advisors. Commission is at 18%, no NCFs, and it's included in everything. We know China and Egypt is a little bit difficult to navigate as far as understanding the DMCs. Since we are our own DMCs and we own our buses, we don't want you to think and figure out, how do I get the right shore excursion for my client, and am I making commission on it? We're going to make sure that they make commission all the way throughout the whole booking.
Fantastic. And if they want to know more, I believe your website is centurycruise.com, right?
Centurycruise without an S.com.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Well, David, good to see you here. Glad I hopped in that press conference and learned more about it. I've wanted to do this journey for a while, but I just haven't managed to put it together. Hopefully, one of these days I'll get over there.
We'd love to have you on board our ship. We have some great, wonderful FAM opportunities. If you have an opportunity and you're interested in going on FAM, or anybody out there that's a travel partner that's interested in going on FAM and learning more about China, please reach out to me at dfredericks@centurycruise.com, and we'll definitely look forward to having you on board and hosting you through China.
Fantastic. David, great to see you here.
Thank you.
It's been a great sea trade. We've done a lot of great interviews, and we're towards the end of it, but this was a good one.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I look forward to working with you in the future.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.